Hey witches, I want to take you through this article. It's 10 not so good reasons to be pagan, and I found this on learnreligions.com in my Witchcraft 101 for beginners video. I listed this as one of my favorite blogs, especially for newbies and even advanced. I mean, this blog, website, whatever, it covers so much stuff. You should take some time and explore it as part of your Witchy Power Hour. But it's 10 not so good reasons to be pagan. So it's from a couple years ago, but still. And it makes me think a lot about the TikTok, witch talk generation of witches out there. And I know that there are many witches that are doing it for the right reasons, and I find comfort in that because you guys are the next generation. You guys have to carry this on, carry the traditions on, pass down the knowledge, pass down the wisdom, and it's important that you become pagan and that you become a witch for the right reasons, because if you don't, then you're falling into one of those categories of, just a poser or somebody who's wasting others' time watching your crap that you post because you're not a real witch and it doesn't help anybody. So anyway, I thought some of these were funny. I'm not going to read it word for word. I'll leave the link for you guys if you want to look at it. But the first reason was, it says, I want to cast spells on people. And it's talking about, the first thing it mentions is a love spell. And you guys know I'm completely against doing that. Sorry if you like it, but I had a horrible experience that turned me completely against that. You can watch my video about that if you haven't already, but it's a pretty scary ass story. But they're talking about doing love spells or doing retribution spells aimed at people, and that's why they want to become a witch. Of course, you can do these things when you become a witch, but that's not why you need to become a witch. You become a witch because it's a calling. You become a witch because it's part of you and you're embracing that part of you, not to cast spells on people. Thought that was just funny. And also, if they had any sense, if they're going into the Wiccan path, which is very popular right now, then they should know that you can't do that anyway because of the rule of 3 and because of the Wiccan read. So obviously they have not even began to read those. They have not read any of that stuff. The second one is, I was raised Christian, but now I hate going to church. Well, so do I. But that's not why I'm a witch. And I don't hate, I'll go to church if it's, if my grandmother is singing or something's going on that's important, I'll go, and I don't hate it, but I don't enjoy sitting there listening to a history lesson. Just don't. So they're becoming witches out of rebellion. It's just silly. It's a silly reason. Now, if you hate going to church, that may be a reason to look into other religions, but that should not be the only reason that you become pagan or you become a witch. Let's see here. And next, I want to conjure up spirits. Well, yeah, you can do that, but you don't have to become a witch to do that. You have your spirit guides. We know that. And you're going to have your spirit guides whether you're a witch or not. So that's really not a reason to become a witch. You can do that regardless. And this one is funny. I'm a 17th generation hereditary Wiccan. That's awesome. If you're that damn, you can track it back that far. Hell yeah, but you still would become a witch because you choose to, not because you have to. I would love to know exactly how many witches I have in my family tree. I know there are a couple, but definitely not 17th century. But, it's important that you become a witch because you choose to, not because it's in your bloodline. I've heard pagans are very open about sex, is number 5. Yeah, most of us are, but that's not why you should become a witch. You can still be as promiscuous as you would like without becoming a witch. And yes, we do have sex magic. We have, festivals, Beltane, things like that may include sex. Other Sabbats that may include, nudity and things like that. But you don't have to do that. You don't have to become a witch just to be able to be a little bit slutty. You can be slutty without being a witch. Not to say that you're a slut, but apparently those people are looking for an excuse to get by with risque behavior. Okay, number 6. I want to join a religion that lets me do what I want. No. Read the Wiccan Read. I see Hecate's name, so I'm going to read the sentence. It says, for instance, if you want to worship Hecate, go right ahead, but don't proclaim to everyone that you honor her of a goddess of love and beauty instead of one of sorcery and destruction. What? I didn't read that whole thing, so I'm not exactly sure why anybody would do that. But anyway, interesting. And there they mention the Wiccan Read, of course. You cannot do whatever you want. Okay, if you're solitary, you have more leeway. You can get away with more. But if you're going to be a Wiccan, specifically, you've got that read. It holds you to a good bit of rules. So you can't just do whatever the hell you want. Now, if you want to go into chaos magic or the left-hand path, then yeah, you can do whatever you want. But I think that this is talking about mainly people going into Wicca. Number 7, people are mean to me, and if I'm a witch, they'll be scared to pick on me. And I know for a fact that once people know you're a witch, especially if you're in high school, they're going to bully on you more. They're going to bully you more. They're going to hate on you. They're going to, witch. They're not going to be afraid at all. So, mean people are assholes, and just because you're a witch isn't going to change their personality. You're only changing you. Becoming a witch can help you deal with that better. But if that's the only reason that you want to become a witch is so that you can say, I'm a witch, leave me alone, that's not going to work. So that's another stupid-ass reason to become a witch. Number 8, all pagans are so peaceful and loving, so I want to be one. No, they're not. They're not. It's not true. Especially Wiccans, yes, they're very peaceful people. Most of the time we are, but we can also be, I'm trying to find a nice way to put this. We can also be your worst nightmare. That's about as nice as I can put it. You throw something my way, I'm going to throw it right back at you, and it's probably going to be harder than I mean to. So no, that's not true. I have psychic powers, and that makes you a witch. That makes you a psychic. not a witch. And there are a lot of witches that are psychics and vice versa, because it kind of does go hand in hand. But no, makes you a psychic. It even says that right there. I'm looking at the last little sentence there. It says that. So you need to know that there's a huge difference. And that would be a good, it would be a good pathway, to start exploring witchcraft. But that would not be the only reason that you are a witch or that you should pursue the path, excuse me, guys, of witchcraft. And this has a lot of cool links, so hopefully you will check out the website when I post it to the description. And the last one is absolutely hilarious. I want to be like the girls on Charmed. I'm sorry, but that's just funny. I feel like the only movie that has ever came close, notice I'm saying close, to showing what witchcraft is like at all is The Craft. And that's just small parts of it where they talk about the law of three. They show how to call the corners. They do a few things correctly in that movie, but it still has a lot of stuff that is fiction. So no, you're not going to be like the girls on Charmed. So I just thought that was a funny little article. And it just made me think of the new generation, and if any of these apply to you, maybe think of other reasons that you want to become a witch. Just maybe. Or even don't. Just don't. Because like I said a million times, and I'll say it again, when you go down this path, you open yourself up to so many things. You open yourself up to negative energies, negative influences, negative spirits. It could even be a possession. You never know what you're going to attract. Especially if you don't know how to protect yourself. So if you just say, oh, I want to be like the girls on Charmed, so you decide you're going to, cast a circle, do a spell, maybe you forget to close the circle, you leave a portal open, things come through, or you have no background in protection magic and you do anything witchy, and it comes back to bite you in the ass because you're not protected. So anyway, just some things to think about, and what a funny article. So I hope you guys enjoyed this. I'll post it in the link, and you can click on some of the links because they're kind of cool. And then I will be back in a little while with a couple of other interesting videos. Blessed be, guys. Thanks for coming, and like, subscribe, and share. Blessed be. Bye.